Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Ah!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh, wie geil.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Und was ist, wenn ich nicht daran glaube? Was passiert dann? Ach, scheiß drauf.
Her chains
Ihr wollt es
shatter,
gar nicht wissen.
and the cuff falls from
Nächster
her
Durchgang.
wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
Ja.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Was passiert nun?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Okay. Und auch die wird weggenommen. Krass. Sehr, sehr krass. Aber du nimmst nicht ihre Hand. Du wirst nie ihre Hand nehmen. Es ist Zeit für dich zu gehen. Deine Erinnerung kehrt zurück.
Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror.
Wir gehen wieder zum Spiegel. Doch, Leute, sie ist leider weg. Wir gucken, wie wir jetzt aussehen. Wieder so wie... Wir haben wirklich Federn hier, ne? Wir sind ein Plüschfeder... Irgendwas hier. Unraveled. Oh mein Gott. Okay, wir gehen hin.
There's
Oh.
a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Nee. Moment. Stimmt, wenn der Erzähler jetzt weg wäre für immer, wäre krass. Aber glaube ich nicht. Da sind Bäume und Sterne. Und da sind Menschen, denke ich. Zumindest sollten da Menschen sein. Nee, ich will sie nicht schon wieder jetzt fragen da. Warte mal, do you think it's anything real out? Denkst du, da draußen gibt es überhaupt was Reales? Denkst du, dass wir real sind?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
On its own? Achso, okay, Entschuldigung. Ich habe kurz getrunken, habe es nicht mitgekriegt. Weißt du, was passiert, wenn du, weißt du, was passieren wird, wenn du erwachst? Wenn du mich zurückschickst, dann bin ich nicht alleine. Da sind Stimmen, die zu mir sprechen. Manche von denen bin ich, aber manche Stimmen sind auch andere. Punkt. Ich nenne den einen The Narrator und er möchte, dass ich dich töte. Hast du einen Narrator? Haben die Gefäße einen?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Das tut er. Und wenn ich ihn finde, dann werde ich ihn töten. Das ist so verlockend. Tut er. Und wenn ich ihn finde, bekommen du und ich endlich Antworten. Das tut er. I don't know what I'm going to do. Ich weiß nicht, was ich mit ihm tun werde, wenn ich ihn finde. Das tut er, aber du wirst es für dich behalten. Ich bin echt am Überlegen, ob ich das hier mache, aber das hier ist halt, dann haben wir vielleicht noch eine Chance. Wir haben halt diesen Run wirklich jetzt die ganze Zeit so gespielt, dass wir gerade bei der Version von ihr konnten wir nichts anderes machen, als versuchen, sie zu slayen. Ich bin echt am Überlegen, ob ich das einfach so richtig hart... Ich hab's ausgewählt.
If he drives you towards my destruction, then he is steeped in delusion. For he does
Ich hab's einfach
not
gemacht.
know me. Just as I hold compassion for you, and you hold compassion for me, you can hold compassion for those who have wronged you.
Wenn das die letzte Phase deiner Vervollständigung ist, dann werde ich nicht zurückgehen, sondern ich... Oh mein Gott, warte mal ganz kurz, bevor ich was Falsches mache. Dann werde ich nicht zurückgehen, sondern ich werde hier bei dir bleiben. Boah, jetzt bin ich aber auch kurz am Überlegen. Aber das ist ja nur Explore. Das heißt ja nichts, ne? Das heißt nicht, dass ich eine Entscheidung treffe. Das hier sind die Entscheidungen.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Oh oh. Schließt ihr das Spiel jetzt wieder? Es gibt kein Warten für immer ewig. Leute, wir gehen zurück, ja?
The
Wird
next
laut.
time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
In that town. Oh oh.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here. You make your way up the short path to the camp. The interior of the cabin is the blade.
Ich gehe ohne Messer rein. Wir hatten tatsächlich an dem Fenster, hatten wir in der Demo ja auch
Door
diese
to
ganzen
the
Gesichter. Das haben wir auch
basement
nicht
creaks open,
gehabt.
revealing a stair. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
Okay.
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember. Don't
Das
let
hatten
it
wir
fool.
alles. Das hatten wir alles schon. Ich bin hier, um dich... Nein, ich bin hier, um dich zu retten.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's beautiful. How could someone
Nicht
like
wundern,
this
wir
be
hatten
a
das
threat
schon
to anyone?
gelesen, ne?
I
Deswegen
am
mache ich das jetzt
begging
hier ein
you to
bisschen.
stay focused. There's a lot right.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Oh oh.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Okay. Ich werde jetzt direkt ihre Chains kontrollieren. Ein bisschen...
You're only making this more difficult.
Ich glaube, so haben wir das letztens auch gemacht, oder?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Oh, Ich habe die ganze Zeit meinen Bauch, ich habe die ganze Zeit meine Hand an meinem Bauch und habe das Oberteil hier gerade voll hoch gemacht. Ich hoffe, man hat nichts gesehen. Entschuldigung.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away
Hab vergessen, es ist Stream.
never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just
Oh, ich bin irgendwie voll drin.
hanged somewhere in the cabin.
Ah. Okay, wir können nach oben gehen und gucken, ob der Schlüssel da ist. Und ansonsten das Messer mitnehmen. Das machen wir aber auch, ne? Komm.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
Jemand sitzt sich
We
einfach
attempt to make
popeln,
your
ne?
way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
The narrator.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Du Arschloch!
You're here to slay
werde
the
dich töten.
princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Nein, die Welten soll untergehen. So.
You make your way to the bottom. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't
So, wir wissen,
they?
was gleich passiert, aber wir haben das Messer halt nicht, um es endgültig zu machen. Deswegen wird
There's
ein
a
bisschen
slight
blutig werden.
panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before
Tja.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you.
Ach, so war das ja.
The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or
Ja,
you
komm.
won't.
Wie helfen sie?
Fine. Against your better judgment, you
Wie
place the
süß so
blade
mit dem
against
Blut
the
am und
ragged,
so.
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just a cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the
Ich find's so
bone
lustig,
of her
dieser
arm.
Faden einfach noch so. Oh,
Her limb falls to the ground,
eine schöne Hand.
and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Wir machen die Tür wieder zusammen
You won't
auf.
have any of that. As the princess approaches
Stimmt, ja,
the
da ist ja
bottom
was.
stair,
Oh Gott.
your body
Aber ich glaube, bei ihr
steps
ist es
forward
anders.
and raises- Wait, this is watch me.
What are you doing?
So, nicht wundern, wir hatten das alles. Das ist aber gemein. Hallo? Das finde ich nicht in Ordnung. Ich glaube, er hat's mitbekommen. Ich glaube, er hat es mitbekommen.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. Bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy.
Ja, dreckig ist der. Wir sind gegen den, ne? Ja, wir sind alle hier am Stockholm.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Oh.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon.
Oh.
You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She
Das
stares
wäre
down
mir,
at
ja.
your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Die Hexe.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
Okay, alles schon gehabt. Entschuldigung.
A warning. Before she will lie.
No.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood
Wir haben wieder was
that,
Neues.
almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble
Die
a
wird
room.
nicht nett sein jetzt.
The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Wir gehen rein.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Yeah.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Oh, wow.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Ich will sie sehen.
Thank you.
Oh,
You descend
nice.
the basement steps, entering
Yeah.
the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Weil das so ist.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
Nein.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chatter up.
So krass, diesmal halt gar kein Fenster. Das erste Mal gar kein Fenster.
Where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Ja. Das tut mir wirklich leid wegen letztes Mal. Guck, ich habe einen Fehler gemacht und so. Alle machen Fehler. Ich bin mir sicher, du hast auch schon einige Fehler gemacht. Mach dir keine Sorgen. Dieses Messer ist nicht für dich. Oder nicht dafür gemacht, dich zu töten. Wir müssen dich ja irgendwie rauskriegen, oder? Guck, ich weiß. Die ganzen, ja, das war letztens schon ganz schöne Scheiße, bla bla bla, but I think there's something. Aber ich glaube, da gibt es etwas Größeres als wir beide und wir sollten ein Team bilden. Kannst du nicht selber da rauskommen? Bla bla bla. Why do I have the nagging feeling? Oh mein Gott. Give her the blade? Oh mein Gott, nein. Straightforward. I didn't care on how you treated me last time. I think you might be in danger to the world. Slay the princess auf keinen Fall. So, wo war das denn? Warte mal. Moment. Hier, ich mach das hier.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
Oh.
Do you know what the word mutual
Alles, was gegen den Narrator
ist? It
ist.
sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Egal. Eigentlich nicht egal, aber keine Sorge, das ist ja nicht für dich hier, die Waffe, bla bla bla. War das hier noch?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall
Schön.
from her wrist.
Okay.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Aber hätte ja schon die ganze Zeit gekonnt. Warum immer, wenn wir da sind? Sollen wir ihr mal das Messer geben? Ich habe jetzt so viele lustige Entscheidungen getroffen, ne? Ich mach das jetzt. Hier.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I.
Tja.
I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Das ist keine Demokratie. Wir geben ihr jetzt das Messer. Never mind.
You're
Ja.
going to get everyone killed. You know that, right?
Wieso? Ihr existiert doch nicht wirklich. Ach so, du meinst die Welt. Oh, die habe ich ganz vergessen.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Oh. Jetzt bin ich Smiley Player.
What do you think happens now?
Ja, wahrscheinlich tut es nämlich jetzt. Ja, das ist jetzt deine Entscheidung. Deswegen habe ich dir ja auch das Messer gegeben, den Dolch. Ich habe das letzte Mal entschieden und ich habe es bereut. Also kannst du dir jetzt aussuchen, was du tun willst. Ja, okay, das mache ich mal nicht. You're beautiful and I want to actually save you and this feels like the only way to do it. If you are like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. Mach das hier mal.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
Manipulieren können wir nämlich auch.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
Wetten? Oh,
Then
scheiße.
she buries the blade in your heart.
Oh, wie er sich freut.
What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you. This is what she was going to do.
Nein.
Dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Nein, wir leben bald gleich. Hier, warte.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Sie erinnert sich an unsere Liebe.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Mhm. Kapitel 3. The Thorn? Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing
Da
to
gibt's
do
ja schon
is to
Speedrun
get
von
back
Slay
to
the
the cabin
Princess.
and give it another try. Give
Was
what
immer so
another
geil
try
das Spiel
exactly?
ausgegangen ist, ey.
You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you've died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction
Bin ich auch
I had
gespannt.
planned.
Bin auch sehr, sehr gespannt.
You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Dieser Ort ist anders. Er erinnert sich. Oder wir werden sie befreien. We're even now. I'm sure she understands. Wir machen das hier mal.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which in turn likely means her influence is spreading.
Was?
Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Zu spät. You can see what she has to say. Okay. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her. Screw the cabin. Okay. Mach das.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in what plan? The decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's
Wir sind
the
der
whole
Decider.
trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. Sure, We'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling.
Also wir hatten jetzt aber schon ein paar Mal, da glaube ich wirklich nicht, dass die gelogen hat, oder? Die super nette, die halt dann so meinte, es ist so kalt und die als da die Hütte weggerottet ist und so, die dann auch meinte, nee, das gefällt mir hier doch gar nicht und die dann auch weggebracht wurde. Ja, die reden über euch, nicht über mich, über euch.
You should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Gehen weiter. Gehen weiter.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's
Ganzen
clear where
Dorn.
everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Ist nur der Spiegel da.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table.
Sieht den Spiegel wieder nicht.
Wait.
Oder ignoriert
Is it
ihn.
right? This is supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just a smart thing to do.
Bitte was?
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Entschuldigung.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
Wie kommen wir denn überhaupt da runter? Ich meine, das Einzige, was hier steht, ist ein Spiegel.
Yeah. Why didn't you mention the mirror? I didn't mention a mirror because there isn't a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Yeah, it counts for
Aber
something.
der Narrator ist weiß. Fantastic. Ich glaube, der weiß alles.
He's either a liar or he
Ich bin
doesn't
gespannt,
hold all the
wirklich. Ich bin sehr
cards.
gespannt. Bitte nicht spoilern,
I
ne?
think we already knew it had to be one of those.
Aber die kann uns halt echt hart manipuliert haben, dass wir wirklich gegen den Narrator sind und der uns wirklich die ganze Zeit helfen will. Wir wissen es nicht, ne? Ja, aber zum Spaß haben wir halt immer alles für die Prinzessin getan, so wie viele das wahrscheinlich in dem Spiel machen.
So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Müssen wir uns auf jeden Fall vom Erik
Might
nochmal
as well
angucken.
take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Ich muss irgendwas Richtiges heute noch essen, ey. Mein Magen hat schon wieder geknurrt.
You step through the frame of scorched
Das war ein
wood,
Knurren, das war noch
make
nicht der
your way into
Bauchschmerz.
the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by
Jetzt bin
pain
ich
and
gespannt.
suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know. Also ich möchte einen Weg finden, in dem wir hier halt raus können. Sowas alles. Ich weiß, boah, ich bin schon ein bisschen müde, ne? Ich weiß nicht, was ich will. Ich wollte doch niemals wirklich hier sein. Ich möchte dich befreien. Das meine ich ernst. Ich möchte einfach nur reden. Wirklich einfach nur reden.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.